of time for not doing something that you said mattered to you. You reasoned that you were stretched thin, overwhelmed, at capacity, overcommitted, or didn't have an extra minute for what you claimed was important to you. You couldn't make or find time to do what matters. So where has that gotten you? You know the answer. You haven't started, made progress on, or finished whatever that goal or activity is that matters to you. So how much does it really matter to you? You know the answer to that question too, even if you don't want to admit it. If it truly mattered, you would make time for it. You always find time for the things you value. Always. Always. If you don't believe me, look at your life. What do you spend time on now? That's what matters to you. Maybe you spend time exercising, making healthy meals, or being with your children. Or you make time to watch television, read novels, eat ice cream, or go out for pizza and beer with your friends. What you spend time on now is what you deem important. But the other things, the ones you claim are important, aren't on your schedule, ever. You don't make time to write, to go to the gym, to start your dream business, to do things with your partner, or to start that passion project. You say these things matter, but they obviously don't, because you put other things first and they come last. I run a monthly membership program called the Inspired Creator Community. And people join because they decide it's important to work on their personal and spiritual growth. Maybe they believe they're stuck or feel tired of not going after their dreams. Perhaps they simply want a better life or to feel healthier and happier. Or they realize that they're not achieving their potential or their purpose. So they decide to work on themselves. They join the Inspired Creator Community to grow personally and spiritually. But then they let life get in the way. They send me emails after a session saying they couldn't attend, or before a session, saying they can't attend because work is crazy, or there are family issues that require their attention, or they're dealing with other people's problems. Sometimes, after they miss a session, members tell me that they didn't feel well. They were not in a good emotional space, or they scheduled a doctor's appointment at the same time, or they had something going on that made it impossible for them to show up. I have another program, the Nonfiction Writers University. Most people join because they want support for writing and publishing their nonfiction books. These projects, they tell me, are near and dear to their hearts. Or so they say. Like I said, they tell me. And most of them believe that becoming authors fulfills their purpose. But they aren't writing or doing the things that would help them get published. And then they don't show up for the group author coaching sessions, which is where they can get their questions answered and receive the support that they want. I get it. Lifes. Sometimes you can only see the doctor or schedule the repairman at the same time as one of my program's live sessions. But the only way to actually make time for what really matters is to make time. I don't say that without understanding that sometimes you have circumstances in your life that make it hard to do the things you say are important. But if these things truly were important, you'd make time. You'd schedule them into your life. That's how you know something matters. You make time for it. Sometimes people think their personal and spiritual growth shouldn't take precedence. The same could be said of writing a book. Maybe you've been told that other things should come first, like helping solve people's problems, work tasks, or family commitments. And sometimes that's true. But if you believe that all the time, then you also believe that what you value is not important as these other things. You think you are not as important. You believe that your goals and dreams and desires and values shouldn't take any kind of priority, shouldn't be important. And that's just not true. Now, perhaps you feel powerless to put your intention on what you say matters because of your circumstances, but that makes you a victim of your circumstances. You don't believe you can stand in your power and create circumstances that allow you to put time and energy into what matters to you. What you value is important. If you value others more than yourself, you will always put their needs and desires first. You have to value yourself. Then you'll value the things that are important to you enough to make time for them. I was in a personal growth program for 4 years. It was enormously time intensive, and it offered live coaching sessions once or twice per week and required completion of really extensive homework assignments that included hours of video replays sometimes. I was busy, but I made time for all of it. If I fell behind, I made the time to catch up. I went through that program 8 times and completed every homework assignment, watched every video, and showed up live or watched the replays of every session 7 of those times. I have to be honest here. The final round, I gave myself some grace, and I just showed up live consistently, or I watched the replays. Did I always have time to do this? No. Were there other things that seemed more important sometimes or demanding of my attention? Of course. But I always made time because my personal growth mattered to me. I knew that only by working on myself would I succeed in all areas of my life. When I joined the program, I had a failing marriage. My business was making no money. My writing career had stalled out. And I fixed all of that by making the time for what really mattered, which was my personal growth. Now, my husband had a super demanding job. He worked 60 hours a week or more, but he attended the same program for 2 rounds and rarely missed a live session. He didn't do the homework assignments, so therefore he didn't get quite as much out of the program as he could have, but he prioritized the live sessions and showed up even if it meant working after dinner to make up the missed hour from his normal workday. Work previously had always come first, but he committed and he made the time because what mattered to him was getting unstuck and improving our marriage and being happier. Maybe personal growth isn't the thing that matters to you. Maybe you want to write a book, become an actor, find a better paying job, start an animal rescue organization, create a career around your life's work, whatever that is. Focus on parenting or your partnership. It doesn't matter what you say is important. Whatever it is that matters, put it first. Prioritize it. Make it the most important thing. If you think you can't do that because you don't have the time, think again. Consider my husband. He made the time for that program, so did I. When I decide to write a book, I make the time. I prioritize that activity even though my schedule seems full. Why? Because it matters to me. So how do you make time for what really matters? I mean, I've just been talking about that, but what are some actual ways you can do that? I have four ways to help you make time that don't involve the typical advice like just put it on your calendar, although I do recommend that. 1, you get clear on what really does matter, and you put that first. Schedule everything else around it, just as if you had scheduled a doctor's appointment and you're scheduling everything around that appointment, right? If you schedule the doctor appointment, you would then schedule other things around that because you feel the doctor's appointment is important. And if it's important, you put it first. So schedule your doctor's appointment around the things that are important to you. 2, be someone who's committed. Commit to making time for what really matters to you. Commitment has to come out of self-integrity. You have to keep your promises to yourself. And if you say, I promise I commit to do whatever it is that matters, then do it. Do that. Follow through. If it's important, you put it first. And if you don't know what you're committed to, just look at your life. You're doing all the things you're committed to, even if you say they are not important. 3, be self-integral. That means keep your promises to yourself. More often than not, people keep their promises, the promises that they make to other people, but they don't keep the promises they make to themselves. They have integrity with other people. They make commitments to other people, and they keep those commitments because they have integrity. That's integrity. But when it comes to themselves, they don't have integrity. They lack self-integrity. Maybe you can relate. So when you say you're going to make time for what matters to you, make the time. If you put time on your schedule or on your calendar for whatever matters to you, show up as if it were the doctor's appointment. You wouldn't miss the doctor's appointment, so don't miss the appointment with yourself. Have self-integrity. And 4, choose to make time for what matters. Ultimately, it all comes down to your choice. Where are you choosing to put your time? You don't put your focus on other people's problems, at least not all of the time. Don't put all your time into watching the news or gossiping about other people. It's great if you like to read, but don't spend 3 hours reading a novel. When you say what matters, say something matters to you, like writing a book, let's say, and that you could be doing it in that time. Shrink the time. Spend 1 hour reading and 2 hours writing your book or whatever else it is. There are always things that you can cut out or reduce the amount of time you spend on in order to make time for what matters to you, if it really matters. And then last, sort of in conclusion, I would say stop making excuses. Your reasons for why you can't make time for what really matters to you are thinly disguised excuses. So stop making excuses. Just do what you say matters to you. Just do it. Make the time, find the time, put the time on your calendar, to go back to that, and show up and do it if it really matters to you. If it really matters to you, commit to doing what matters to you. Be a person, change your identity, and be a person who makes time for what matters. Do that, and you'll never have any regrets. At the end of your life, you'll know you made time for what really mattered to you, and you won't regret not having done that. So I'd love to know in a comment down below, are you making time for what matters to you? And if not, why? What is your excuse? Tell me in a comment down below. If you've never watched one of my videos before, I'm Nina Amir. I'm known as the Inspiration to Creation Coach. I love to help people follow their passion and their purpose and get inspired and take inspired action and create inspired results, create what matters to them. I like helping them get from where they are to where they want to go. How do you do that? By getting out of your own way. That's the personal growth side, right? By getting out of your own way. So if you feel like you're in your own way, if you feel like you're not making time for what matters to you, reach out. Click on the link above and schedule a free 15-minute chat with me. And let's see if we're a good fit to coach together. Because beyond being the Inspiration to Creation Coach, I am an author and an author coach, but I'm also a transformational coach and a certified high performance coach. And so I would love to see if we're a good match for coaching. If you're not making time for writing, then let's talk about author coaching. If you just feel like you're not doing the things that you know matter, and you want to start doing them and taking those actions and being a person who takes the actions that help you get the results you want, create what matters to you, click on the link above and let's talk about transformational coaching or certified high performance coaching. Okay. I'll also put a link up above where I describe all my different programs and you can click through and see what they're all about. Okay. Anyway, that's who I am. That's how I work with people. I would love to work with you if we're a good fit. So schedule your 15-minute session and let's have a chat and see, okay? And until I talk to you next time, as I always say, go out there and achieve more inspired results.